Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Division Podcast. This is season 2, episode Milan. What episode is it?
No, you see how you try to stitch me up because you didn't tell me before we started, but I'm going to go with 16.
Right, well, it's episode 16 then, right? That's what it is, right? If it's Milan says 16, then it's episode 16. Yeah? To tell you the truth, we did kind of stitch up a little bit. Normally we tell Milan beforehand because Milan can't count the weeks of episodes. So we have to always tell her each and every week what episode it is. But Milan says it's 16 this week, so we're going with 16. So, yeah, episode 16, and we are back with a guest this week as well. But before I tell you about the guests, let me tell you about the topics first of all so that I can marinate, yeah, now to introduce everyone, right? So this week, 3 topics. We will be talking, firstly, is it easier for men to walk away from their children? I say it again. Is it easier for men to walk away from their children? Pause. Second one, financial secrets in a relationship. Bear with them, boy. I see everyone like cringing already, boy. Like, oh, yeah, oh. And thirdly, what do men and women actually want from a relationship? Yeah, I see Milan's face already, boy. So, first of all, we are joined by the Whole Division Podcast First Lady, Miss Chitty. Miss Chitty, bang, bang.
Hi, guys. Peace and love.
Sorry, I'm not good at this. The earphone system, peace and love and all that, and I don't like sticky. I'm just putting it out there. I do not like sticky.
You've got to say namaste as well.
I'm not even saying that because I can't. I just said I don't like you, so I can't say namaste after it.
You see this? We've been streaming for like 2 minutes. It's coming for me already. So when I come after, you guys know why, right?
Yeah, you bullied me before we came on the podcast, Sticky, so I'm going to send for you the whole joke.
No witnesses. We're also joined by a very own banter bringer, Miss Milan, Miss Millie Rock.
Hey, guys.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Strike a pose, yeah. Strike a pose, both.
She was kangaroo fighting.
We got our very own Slim Shady with glasses today, Mr. Carl Ball.
You motherfucker. Let's not even start now. I'm sat right next to the girl,
Carl.
and you can't even introduce me after her because I'm sat next to her. You've got to make things awkward from the
I'm in
start.
Australia.
Just from the start.
And we are joined, but we've got a special guest this week, as you can see, from the lovely Iron Pillow Talks podcast, is Miss S.
Wagwan.
I just saw bare hand movements and Wagwan. Okay, so clearly she's probably a Jamo, but we like Jamo, so it's all right. And also, just so you guys know, but she come with a lot of talk, bare bad man talk today, but she's like, I'm coming for all of you anyway. And of course, myself, DJ Sticky Fingers.
So,
so as I said, 3 topics this week. First one is it easier for men to walk away from their children? Second one, financial secrets in a relationship. And thirdly, what do men and women actually want from a relationship? Now, see that third topic, right? I need to let you guys know. See the I Am Pillow Talks podcast, right? They're all about relationships and all that. So I was like, S, what? Is that one for you? I was like, is that one for you? And she was like, nah, I'm just listening. I'm like, how are you backing out on the topic that's for you anyway? Anyway, first one, is it easier for men to walk away from their children? Miss Milan Millie Rock, I'm going to come to you first. What do you think? Is it easier for men to do so? Look at Milan's face.
I don't know why it's coming to me that. Second of all, so what's the question one more time?
How you forget it already? Is it easier for men to walk away from their children?
I feel like the obvious answer is yes, but I feel like it's because what's the word? That's just how it, like when you just break up, I don't know, the woman always gets the kids. I don't know why. We always get the bad end of the stick. Do you know, I love my son, do you know what I mean? But we always get the bad end of the stick. Why can't I do weekends and summer holidays and you do like full time? Do you know what? It's a good question. Anyway, but I don't know if they find it easier. I just feel like it's just always been like that. Obviously, there are some like men out there who are like full-time dads, and there are mums who are either like not involved or they are the weekends and the like summer holidays. But yeah, I just feel like that's just what naturally happens. You break up and, you know, they walk out with their bag and it's just their bag. You're like, oh, you forgot something, like, this also for you. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is yours as well. And right now, I don't want it. But you've gone in your car, you've got your bag and you're gone. I feel like, I don't know, men don't really show their emotions on it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know many people who are not with their babe no more, and obviously the mum's got the kid, and, you know, they don't really seem to, nobody talks about how it affects them, like, emotionally, like, mentally. You know, like, even if my son's with my mum, if he's gone, like, overnight, I'm cool. But see, anything longer than that, or even if he's with his dad, anything longer than that, mate, I'm calling, texting, I want to have for breakfast, what's had for lunch, what's had for dinner, still alive, are you still looking after him? Have you remembered that you've got my child? Do you know what I mean? Like, I get all like, so I feel like, you know, even though I did say, let me backtrack a bit, I did say, like, oh, why can't I be that parent who only does the weekends or whatever? I don't know, maybe it's because we give birth to the child, and I don't know, maybe there's a different connection, but I don't know if I could just leave my kid. Do you know what I mean? I don't know about that. But like I said, I feel men don't really speak about it. You don't really hear, pardon me, of men talking about their emotions, and they seem to just get on with life, you know?
Definitely, some valid points in there, and you touched on one of them as well, which was, you know, women are always given the children anyway, right? So I think I'm going to come to Pillow Talks in a minute, or S rather, on that kind of subject. In fact, before I do move to messages quickly, DJ Empress says, evening guys, driving home, so just listening today. Fricka Face Mama says, evening, awesome kisses. I think the kisses are directed at me, of course. DJ H Baby says, we as humans base everything around gender, but the reality of it is the energy encompassed by the entity, whoever embodies the masculine energy the most. It is more emotionally detached. Okay, and the PD says, hey, everyone. So
that wasn't from Empress. That was that from Empress?
No, that was DJ H Baby.
Oh, I was going to say, well done.
So, S, I'm going to come to you next one. So, on Milan's point, in terms of women always get custody of men anyway, how do we make it a little bit more even then? Because maybe the question where we said, can men walk away? Well, if we're saying that women get custody anyway, how do we even it out a bit, I suppose? Probably my question to you.
I think that would have to obviously start from the top, isn't it? So that would start from the judicial sort of representation and laws, because I don't really know if men do, or if men do find it easier, because I've been in that situation where my dad wasn't allowed to see me when I was young, and he wasn't even well. He had mental health issues, but he went to court and he done a lot to try and see his daughters. So I would kind of say that from my experience, I think it is hard. I think it is hard for men to walk away from their children, because they are the natural kind of head of the families. And, you know, obviously there's also a lot of ego involved as well, because men naturally want to take care of their families, from my experience. And even with my experience with my children's dad, he would never walk away from his children. Like, I'm the sort of person I wouldn't try to keep him away. But even when we weren't together, he was constantly trying to see them and, you know, financially helping and just doing a lot. And so, yeah, I do think it is hard. I do think it is hard for men to leave their children. And we can't really talk about it being on the flip side, because it is obviously the majority of men that it happens to. So, yeah, I do. I think it's hard. I think it's harder, personally.
Well, thank you for sharing that, first of all. And going by that, actually, I mean, is it a case of that we're just not represented in the same way, I suppose, going by what S is saying? So S saying, not given the opportunity. So maybe is it that we're not given the opportunity to be around? Carl, I'm going to come to you next. What's your views on this one?
Well, being a father of 15 kids. Now, well, first and foremost, I feel like if a father is going to be stepping away from that role, I definitely feel that that's a them problem more than wanting to be a father. I don't know. I know many people whose father have walked out. A lot of the times they've been stopped from seeing, but to voluntary walkout, I don't know many. So I mean, this goes down to the person, and I would want to say kind of their upbringing also. But voluntary walking out, I'm going to stick with no there. I'm going to say no.
So you say it's more of a misconception then. So people only see.
I think so. I mean, you also can't take away from the fact that the mother's the nurturer. She grows the baby. So there's always that instant bond because, created and stuff. But I don't think there's a totally different bond. Again, I'm not a father, so I don't know. I'm going from an outside perspective, Sheely.
Okay. Cheers. Before I come to you, Mrs. NG Bant says, "Hey guys, love heart." So probably love heart to me again. The Alchemist says, "It all starts from the very top. The system is designed so wrong. I may be wrong, but women have too much power. Or when it comes to the children." Oh,
I do.
I agree.
That's a wonderful.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
Again, going by what S said about her, family upbringing scenario, that could probably, highlight the point what the Alchemist is saying. Chiz, what's your views on this one?
So my views on this one, I'll talk about my personal experience. So my daughter's father walked away from her, simply because he couldn't have a relationship with me, and he was always given the choice. Not even given the choice. It was like, see your child, here's your child, and he chose not to. But again, I really do believe I think people are always sort of able to focus on that negative side, and they're always able to spot, you walked away from your kids, or he walked away from his kids, and whatever and stuff. But then, on the other side of it, I've got a friend, and he has fought to see his children. He hasn't seen his children for over 5.5 years, and he's fought so much. And then, so for me, I'm looking at him like, there's my daughter's father who hasn't bothered with her since she was 2. She's now 13, and now she's 13. He's tried to sort of reach out, but he was rejected by her because she didn't understand that, why there was such a gap in the time that why did he just not try? And it wasn't even a case that he had to try. It was there for him, but he didn't take that opportunity. But then there are also men who will, they'll go try to go to court, they'll try and plead with the mother, they'll try and reach out to the mother's mother. Women do have a lot of power when it comes to the children. Me and my brother, we've got different fathers. My dad passed away, he's got a different father. And I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and they were like, "Oh, he's your half-brother then?" And I was like, "No, he's my brother. We came from the same woman." And it's like, and it's our mentality, as long as we come from the same woman, then it doesn't matter. The mother she's the core, isn't she? She's that that lighthouse. So she gets automatically, I mean, I think the system is changing a little bit in regards to that, but then it's like, it is down to the individual person. Everything's a choice, isn't it, really? So you either make a choice, you say, right, I'm going to try and see my kids. And then you might make an excuse and say, the mother won't let me see them, this and the other. You do I've spoken to quite a few men, and they're like, if I've spoken to men and said, you've got children, yeah, but I don't see my kids. And automatically I've said, what did you do? because we automatically put the blame on the masculine energy. But then women hold a lot of masculine energy anyway, because there's a lot of duality when it comes to women. So they'll go to work, they have the children, go to work, make the money, do this, do that. But then there are fathers out there who are nurturers also and who possess feminine energy. So I think it's just, it depends on the person and the circumstances and what's going on. But unfortunately, there are men out there that do walk away from their children. And sometimes I think so much time passes that it gets a little bit too late to sort of reach out.
Definitely. There's quite a lot. Sorry, go on.
No, do you know, I was just thinking about if we look at the historical sort of situation, men would obviously leave the family and go either to war or go and find food, and you've got all those sort of factors from way back. So maybe it's just something that was sort of installed from the get-go, why men can kind of leave so easily. Just a thought.
But like you said in the beginning, it's a systematic thing where the male was out, the mother was at home. That was the done thing. So yeah, that was totally instilled. But now the dynamics sort of change now, where the mother wants to go back to work straight away, and then the father's staying and bringing up the children, which is good.
We just need to be more like penguins, because penguins the sit on the egg and the mum goes out and looks for the fish. You get me? So basically, free up the penguin.
I can't even argue with that. But you know what, as Carl and S said, right, I mean, that's a good point, because we're using like very historical ways of doing things to the 21st century. I mean, it's almost like when people don't go to work on a Sunday, or short hours on a Sunday because of something that was many years ago. But things have changed and we haven't adapted to the change of times. If I go to the next person, read some of the messages quickly before I lose them all and I get told off for doing so. This one is from Miss NG Banks. Miss NG Banks says, the system is messed up. It's very much geared towards women. Treatment of men, fathers, is becoming more fair in some situations, still heavily favoured for the women though. Freckleface Mama says, my son's dad has never been stopped, but he will say different to anyone who listens. He has had every opportunity to step up, but because he hates me so much, he stops himself being a dad, which is not fair. Yeah, it's definitely not fair. This one says, it's from P85. P85 says, the only time men find it easy to walk away is if they don't want to be involved. Okay? Any father that wants to be involved will always find it hard to walk away from their children that wants to be there. DJ Loki's in the building. By the way, DJ Loki is also part of the Iron Pillow Talks podcast team. And DJ Loki hit me up with my DMs in like, hey, big head, all of that sort of stuff. Anyway, I digress. Freckle Face Mama says, my daughter's dad walked out on her when I was due to give birth, and she's now 6. Jesus.
Oh my God. Goodbye.
Yeah. This one says, the system makes it seem like it's better to be a single mother. That's where it starts going wrong.
Yeah. And it's not.
Definitely. That's such
things.
a big point. No, that's such a big point. I kind of feel like as well, like over the ages as well, women have been sort of not programmed, but empowered more to sort of just be independent. And I kind of feel like on the backhand of that can also demasculate the man as well. So you've got so many different factors as to why men would probably think, oh well, it's okay, she can handle it on her own anyway, or I'm not needed. So yeah, there's loads of different factors.
Yeah, women don't know. I think women just don't know soft life anymore. Women should have a soft life. It shouldn't be that hard, but because of the way society portrayed it, we think, I don't need no man to do anything. I'm one guilty of it. I think Sticky, you posted something the other day, and I can't quite remember what it was, but it's like a situation where, when you might ask a man to do something, and if you've got to ask him twice, you're like, don't worry, I'll do it myself. And out of anger, like I did it at my grandpa's funeral on Monday. Out of anger, I dragged, big barrels of stuff, and I just found some masculine strength and just went mad. And then all the men were like, "Oh no, we'll do it." I was like, "Don't bother, I'll do it," out of anger. So I think out of anger, a lot of women do say a lot of things, and it's like, and unfortunately, one of those things is you're not seeing your kids. I can do it by myself, and I think that's thrown out there so lightly. But once you say something, you cannot take it back. So you just got to be vigilant, really.
Yeah,
definitely. That one's used so frequently, unfortunately. I mean, somebody mentions quite a few left. Freckleface Member says he would be a good dad if he dropped the hate. That's the flip side. I've begged him to stop the hate. I just want him to be a dad. This one also says it also depends on the relationship between the parents that unfortunately can determine if the father is there or absent. This one says you'd have thought he'd have seen sense in a whole 6 years. He will live to regret that. Oh, man. This one
Adults need to be adults here and stop with this. You're harming the kids. If you can get on with each other for the sake of your child, why aren't you doing this? You've got to put your shit aside and be adults.
Take the ego out of it.
Yeah.
DJ H. Wavy says you have to ask the reason why a man would walk away from his child or children, as there is always an underlying issue. It's never an easy process regardless. DJ Loki says this menace, probably talking about Carl, I'm going to assume, and says feminism gone wrong in my opinion.
I mean, look, you can go to Maury and women leave the kids for a grammar snack or whatever, so at least we're not in
what as well, I do kind of feel like as well, so it feels like I'm just taking them inside all the time, but when it comes to men's mental health as well, obviously they put on this massive bravado, but I had a friend who was fighting tooth and nail to see his children, and he went to the court, he done all of that stuff, and it got to the point where he had to choose fighting for his children or his mental health. And I mean, which one would you choose?
Yeah, because if you're not of sound of mind and you're not correct in the head, when your children, because eventually, regardless, your children are going to come to you at some point. They're going to come and look for you, and they're going to want to know certain things. And as long as if it's a case where you have to sit down with the child and say, "Look, it was either my mental health or fight with your mother," then any person who is raised properly as of sound of mind who's got logic, they'll say, "Okay, fair enough, I understand." Because there are men suffering with mental health, and men don't speak as much as women do. We're emotional creatures, so we're more forthcoming and saying, my head's not right, I'm not feeling too good. I've had a friend who's given their children to their father and said, "I can't do it, my head mentally not in that space." But then But then what is wrong with a man saying, "I can't do this a minute, I need to walk away"? People say, "Oh, you walked away from your kids."
Exactly.
Also, it's as well with court costs and stuff. If the female, hypothetically now, if a female's on single person allowance and stuff, court costs and stuff are free to them. If a man's working, then they are literally killed off by the system for court costs, thousands and thousands and thousands. Would you prefer that money to go into your child's education and upbringing?
So basically, adults is adults, isn't it? Just be adults and say, right, let's just come
100%.
to a mutual agreement here. Let's just cut the crap, right?
Yeah, word.
You're just teaching that to your child. That's correct.
No, agreed. This one says from DJ Loki. Remember, I kept telling you about DJ Loki is part of the Ampelo Talks podcast. If you check them out on Instagram, make sure you do. As you can see, our guest S is here today. And as I told you guys before, DJ Loki was all up on my DMs like, "Hey, boo, hey, big head," all of that good stuff, right? Anyway, so DJ Loki says...
Signing off.
Clicking his lock. All up in the videos.
All up in the videos. DJ Loki says, also, a lot of men became fathers against their wishes. One friend I had got pregnant for a man she slept with once and calls him a waste man because he doesn't want to be involved in the child's life.
That's sticky, isn't it?
That's a whole topic in itself. Yeah, maybe. It might be me and Loki, you never know. Mrs. N.D. says court costs can be minimal. It's only if you choose to be represented that it can empty your bank balance.
Well, of course you want to be represented. If you're being threatened by taking the kids away and you want to see your kids, of course you're threatened. You're going to pay what you can pay to try and see your kids.
Yeah, word.
Well, as we're talking about money, let's go to the second topic, right? It's a nice little segue into the second topic, which is what's the second topic? Some context?
I don't know.
Financial secrets in a relationship.
Yes, financial secrets in a relationship. So there's an article flying around at the moment. I think it came up before. Sticky backend, but yeah, I think it came up before. And so there's a woman, and she's with a partner and whatever, and she makes him pay rent on the house, but she's actually the landlord. She makes him pay rent on the house, but she's actually the landlord.
But she's still got to pay rent, mortgage, or whatever.
Go to Carl first. Go to Carl.
All right, hold on, Carl. Wait, so let's say it again, right? Shit. So as it said, there's an article. There's a lady says, "Watch, her and her boyfriend been together. I think been together or living together for 5 years, right? He pays the rent
And the bills.
But what he doesn't know is that she's actually the landlord and she owns the property.
Oh, she hasn't disclosed this.
No.
Oh, she's a bitch.
No.
Oh, she's sly. She's a sly one. Look, I'm all for, right, okay, if you're together, you both work different jobs, you're entitled to have what you want to have. You want to have a spare bank account? Have a spare bank account. I don't feel like everyone's life should be entwined as one forever. It's unhealthy. So if you want to have your own money thing going on, 100% go and have your own money thing going on. If you want to go and buy whatever you want, a flat screen TV or something, you go and do it for yourself. So I don't see why it's got to be a secret, but I don't see why the other person has got to be dictating what they are doing with their money.
Well, I don't know if it's a
She's
dictatorship.
a sly bitch.
Well, exactly. It's not really a dictatorship. Remember, they've been living together for 5 years. He's paying the rent, all right?
He's
the
dishonest.
rent. Yeah, but she actually owns the property. She's the landlord. He's paying her.
And
basically.
he's paying everything.
Pretty much. And he doesn't know either. She hasn't told him. Well, he knows now, I'm assuming, if he's on social media. Esther, before I come to you, Esther, I'm going to read some of the messages quickly. This one says, second, DJ Loki says he's lying. I think talking about you, Carl, again. PD85 says he's living in a dream world. Carl, they're coming for you today, I tell you. And this one says, and she took him to CSA. Oh, wow. And Mr. NG Banks says, as women, I don't know if we ever, no, let me do it again. As women, I don't know if we will ever understand absent fathers' choices. Men feel things different to how we see them. It's a very good point. You'll be surprised how many people represent themselves unless they have something criminal to defend. DJ Loki says, nah, she is mocking it. Mrs. Coco Ray says she is a smart woman. I'm not sure if smart woman is the word I'd be using to describe her. P85 says this is a different kind of spitefulness. Right. S, talk to me. What's your views on this one?
So my views on this one is that woman is very dishonest, and the basis of a relationship is trust. So if you didn't trust him to tell him that you were the landlord of the house, then what sort of a relationship are you in exactly? It just doesn't make sense. Like he has the right to get compensation back for all the rent that he paid.
Definitely.
Yeah, and like for me, yeah, that's just wrong. But on the other hand, I would just say this: I've been in a relationship where I've had my own money, but he would pay the bills, but it wasn't. I wasn't hiding anything. Do you know what I mean? That was what he did. Like, so transparency, man. Transparency. Don't be in a relationship if you don't even trust the person that you're with to let them know that you're a whole landlord. You're just taking a fucking piss, mate. Seriously, she needs to kick up the bum.
That's a different level, isn't it?
And she needs a headlock.
One time.
See, now, you know what? You see what happened just there, right? Tell me you're from South London without telling me you're from South London, okay? That's what Eshes did right there. She said she's a kick up the bum and a headlock. A headlock, you know? Headlock. That's South London right there.
Yeah, I'm not permitting DV, but no, come on, man. I take liberty.
But you know, again, valid points there, because at the end of the day, the Alchemist says she's a Clark. Yeah, she really is a Clark.
I wanted to say it. I'm so glad he said that she's definitely 100% a Clark.
No, before I come to you, DJ Loki says, if a man did that, he would be crucified. You know what? For Rome. He would be in it. The amount of names he'll be called. DJ H Baby says, most common problems of today are solved with emotional maturity, being accountable and being present. Any insecurities or secrecy involved is an act of immaturity. Yeah, I agree with that. But how does that, I mean, that's just a whole nother level. Why are you paying the rent for 5 years and not tell me that you own the place? It's not necessarily a bad thing either, because at least the money's going to staying within ourselves, isn't it? When you think about it, staying within us as a couple, but at least tell me, innit? I mean...
Yeah, be honest.
Yeah. Paying the bills, you'll probably be willing to, like, put money aside anyway, because that money, they could just put it aside. Like, what's she doing with it? Man. Exactly.
Millie, Miss Milan, Miss Millie Rock, what's your views on this one?
I mean, we give her the benefit of the doubt. Is she even charging him like full rent? Is she actually charging him the whole mortgage? They could say, for instance, I don't know how much like she is, but say it's like £1,000, the mortgage price a month, and she's only charging him. She said, you know, got this cheap deal. It's only £500. So, you know, he could be paying £500. She's putting the other £500. He just don't know. Do you know what I mean?
That's not the point. That's not the point. He's lying.
No, everyone's just shutting her down. Like, we don't know her reason for this. Do you know what I mean? Like, I still think it's a liberty. I wouldn't personally ever like do it. I feel like you should be transparent in your relationship, and you should be able to say, I own this house, and you know, if you're like, cool, whatever. But you know, someone's got like we can't all just be on the like. Do you know what I mean? Like not defending her. Like I'm gonna be the other person. I'm gonna say, let's give her the benefit of that. And you know, she, like I said, she might not be charging him the whole like rent. She could be charging him a discounted price. She could all be making him pay the mortgage, and then once it's paid, bloody gift him the fucking ass. Be like, you know what, you paid for this. This is yours now. Change the. You don't. No, you don't.
Yeah,
know.
right.
You don't.
Did she decline a response in the article?
She probably did. There's no way she's going to give a response.
No, but in the article, it never really said anything else about anything. It just said that this is what she does, and then it just had like people's comments. So we don't know. Do you know what I mean? You don't know. And like I said, all four of us, like, this is wrong. Do you know what I mean? There needs to be another opinion. So, you know, we have a podcast, we chat. That's my honest opinion.
I'd like to believe there's a good reason as to why she's doing it and why she... For me, it's the lying and the secrecy. What are you doing? Why are you collecting that money? You're taking the piss by doing that. If it was a thing where she was going to gift it to him at the end, like, why are you doing that though? Why do the most to just gift him the money?
Can you imagine if she's on the social getting paid as well?
No, it's crazy. I think the main point is just at the end of the day, if you're with somebody, it's your partner, you're a team. Yeah. So, you know, it's okay to have a separate bank account, like what Carl said, and do your own thing. But it's the transparency, and you're a team. You are essentially one. So you're just a liar.
You're homemakers together.
Yeah, you're a liar.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like you said, if it was the other way round, come on now.
If you like,
why? Yeah, come on now.
DJ Loki says 5 years and she'll likely leave him for a next man. Oh my days! Whilst banking the money. Oh wow! The Alchemist says always got to shout out the Alchemist. When he comes on, he always says, "Calls me king." I'm like, yes, that's my guy right there.
Yeah, because he just sees the voice man like you. Right.
There we go. The Alchemist says, no benefit of the doubt. She's a Clark, straight up Clark. She's only she's only out for one. That's D85 says she's vindictive. DJ Loki says, now you got to read this one, right? Listen to this one, guys. DJ Loki says, furthermore, why is man moving in woman's house? Fail, get home together. Now, I can't even, no. See, that's unfair. Yeah. That's unfair. I'm going to read that one again, right?
Why?
No, let me read it again. Furthermore, why is man moving in a woman's house? Usual. Keep quiet, Sim Shady. Fail, get home together.
Shitlocks. Don't even come to me.
DJ H Baby says my girl has taken man for granted. The fact that she ain't 100% transparent, discount or not, shows that she has the potential to manipulate things to her advantage in other areas. PD85 says it's financial abuse, and DJ Carmen London is waving to us all. Hello, DJ Carmen London. Yeah, that's unfair. DJ Loki's comment. I think that's unfair. So you're saying that a man can't move into a woman's house, but it was okay for a woman to move into a man's house. That's what we're saying.
That's not what she said. She didn't say that.
Well, she said him moving into her house is a fail. So
no, but she didn't say anything about the move around. She said get us together.
But if your house is big enough and you know it works, then why are we gonna mess that up to go move somewhere else to say that we move together? There we go. Don't come for me.
That ain't no fail. Hang on. Spin this around.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's not a fail.
What if she had a mortgage and they both decided he was going to go in on the mortgage with her, and that was the house because it was done up so much and they couldn't be bothered to do it. There's other things you can't go on about. A man moving in a woman's a failure. Nah.
Exactly. Finally, Slim Shady and Shitlocks agree on something.
Oh, fuck up.
Fuck up. You don't need to fuck up. Not even fuck up, you know.
I know. Loki says, Neva. PD says it's not as simple it's not as simple to just buy a house. Finances are not always set up like that. And DJ Loki says, get a home together, ... and more dots. Too many men make this mistake and end up homeless. DJ Alchemist. Wait, I'll read this one, right? Go read this one from Alchemist. I'm coming to you next, Miss Billy Rock. Alchemist says, King Sticks, salute, big up.
You made that up.
Listen, I know the Alchemist, yeah? Do you know me and you? I have known you since we were kids. I'm not speaking to you, I'm not your friend.
I'm not lying to you. I'm going to take a screenshot of it. It says, King Sticks,
he really did.
Big up.
In the comments.
He really did say that.
He did. King Sticks, salute, big up. Nah. No. I'm going to WhatsApp you when it's said.
Mills, Milan, Miss Billy, what were you going to say? Sorry, I didn't come to you. Apologies.
I got 2 points. 1 point. First of all, the Alchemist was trying to type some bad words, but autocorrect made it look nice and pretty. First. You know that when you go to type dark. That's not what I wanted to say. That's what happened. Second of all, if you do it properly and you get a house together, then you both have the same amount of rights to live there. So when you break up, we're just gonna go back and forth because I ain't moving out because you're both legally you're both allowed to be there at the same time. Obviously, if one of you is on the paperwork and the other one isn't, that's where the other person would become homeless, because when I tell you to get out, my name's on the list, B, whether that's a girl or a guy. You know? But say if somebody moved in with me and I then put like their name on my tenancy because we're going to live together and live happily ever after. Well, if we break up, boo, pick a room in it, because one room's mine and one room is yours. So, I mean, you can do what you want in there. I'm gonna do what, because I'm not going nowhere, and you ain't going nowhere. Like legal right, like where we are. Do you know what?
I agree. Can actually just take someone's money like that, and just let it be understanding.
Taking the money, like, and just living like, you're taking it on. I'm just gonna go pay the rent, please.
To my bank account.
DJ Loki says, get a home together. Too many men make this mistake and end up homeless. Also says, it's a no. Regardless, equal playing ground, get a home together. Also says, how many times do women throw in a man's face, get out of my house? Shout out to Isan and Kim. Isan and Kim has just joined. Just for those you don't know, right? Isan and Kim are supposed to have done, she says, evening guys, supposed to have done a quiz for us for about 2 months now. Probably since, I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a very, very long time, and yet we still ain't got the quiz from Isan and Kim. Anyway, as we're talking relationships, probably a good segue to our third and final topic, which is, what do men and women actually want from a relationship?
A guy that
Now, as S is from I Am Pillow Talks podcast, and they talk all things relationship, and she tried to get out of it, say, nah, you don't come to me first. Why don't you try to batten me up halfway through? S, coming to you first. What do men and women actually want from a relationship?
Well, I think it's going to differ between men and women, isn't it? I think men are a lot more simplistic, and they just want someone to sort of be there and go home to and maybe cook their dinner and press their shirts out and have sex. And yeah, I think it's more simple for men, but ultimately I think, and I'm just saying this from what I've heard from the men that I've spoken with, I think men want loyalty. I think that's probably the most biggest thing that I've heard. They want someone to be loyal to them. I think from a woman's perspective, we want honesty, and we want to be protected, and we want to have the choice in the relationship. And that's why I say honesty is probably one of the biggest things, because I think a lot of men, when they meet women, obviously they just want to smash, innit? Like that is what they want. And then they get, no, but it's true. They want to smash. And if we really look at it, you know, properly ourselves and are honest with ourselves as women, when we meet a man, we're visually looking at them thinking, would I smash him?
And so that's the first thing I think of.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. Like could I jump him? Like, are his lips nice? Like, yeah, whatever. But yeah, I think women, we want security. We want security, and you know, we want honesty from a man, and that's my perspective on that, without going too deep.
So that's from S from I Am Pillow Talks podcast. And make sure you check them out right on Insta. I Am Pillow Talks. Like that's again. I said S tried to chicken out before, but she gave us. I like how she was honest there. She said men want to smash.
More honest than you.
Get out of bed. She says men want to smash.
She discusses because we give stick. Do you know what? Let me flip it around. Sticky. What do you think that men or women want from relationships?
Hold on, I'm reading the messages first. Hold on, man. Hold on. I got a message for the car, right? Hold on. DJ Loki says, consistency and time, respect, building for the future. Honesty, but please don't tell me cooking is rubbish, S. Okay. Star, fair enough. And it says honesty to a certain degree. All right, I think that makes sense. Anyway, I think saying S, you're a star. I'm not sure if I agree with that as well. Chids, because you got all the mouth right now, Chids. Coming to you next. Yeah,
no,
talk to me.
No. Real talk, Stick. I did ask you that question first, didn't I? Listen to me, Sticky. We've heard S talk. We've heard Milan talk. We've heard Carl talk. I've spoken. We ain't heard nothing from you, but you're just chatting shit, yeah? So I'm going to ask you, what do you think men and women want from relationships? Go on.
I think as S said, men want to smash and women want to smash too. Yeah, I think that's it, really.
You're cancelled. Do you know after this show, you're cancelled. You're done. You're done. I'm reporting you to Instagram, Twitter, everything. You're done, Stick. You're done. It's over for you. Anyway, yeah.
I agree.
No. Do you know what, Sticky? Don't chat to me, yeah? I just think that men and women, I think they just don't know what they want from relationship. I think it's just very conflicted these days because like women will say one thing and say, I want a man who spoils me and I want a man to do this and I want a man to do that and this, that and the other. And it's like, oh, he's smothering me. Oh, I can't do anything. Oh, he's doing too much. And then you've got men saying, oh, you know, like, oh, I want a woman that'll just like, you know, stay at home, look after me and whatever, and I'll do this and oh, but she's smothering me. Oh, but she's in my face all the time. She never goes out. She never does this. Then she goes out. She's going out and she's looking at other men and she's disappearing. I think this generation are so confused. They're so confused about what they want in a relationship. So I just think, yeah, for me, personally, just be my best friend. Be that person I can speak to, person I can just vent to every now and again, shag you every now and again. You get me? I'll even cook for you. I'll even run you a fucking bath if you want me to. Just don't give me any headache and I won't give you any headache. And then that's that. And be honest and tell the truth and be open like Sticky is not.
Well, I was going to say, a lot of things in there, but anyway. There's a lot of things you said in there.
Not much. Now see that? And then there's that as well. She wants too much. I don't think that's much to ask.
Well, it's subjective. It's very subjective.
Hang on a minute. What have I asked? Yeah, I said that I want. No, don't fuck with me in the finger. What did I say? That I just want the best.
Look, here's a list. There's a list. Look at the list. Look at the list. I've got a list ready.
No, stop them when you're done. I said I just want. Then when you're back, I said I'll do this. It wasn't me. I even said what I would do. It was nothing much. I never said I want mum and there was many, and people were going shit. Do you know what I mean? I didn't say none of that. I just said I just want someone to chill with. That's what I said.
So
work out between me and you were done.
all right, DJ. Hang on. DJ Loki says, "Tell him." I think she's saying, "Tell him he's the best." I don't know. I'm sure. DJ H Baby says, "On a soul level, it's about stability, peace, balance, but it's a madness when it comes to what we require in the physical, as that's when the confused ego comes into play." I agree. DJ Loki says she's been cancelled. I think she's talking about Chidi there. Says,
no, I know, without even looking, or she said he's been cancelled.
I don't know, I ain't got my glasses.
Everybody just take a good look at Sticky this week, because that's the last time you're going to see his face or his locks or his teeth or his forehead on this podcast, yeah?
Good. Wait. Hold on, Chids. No, wait, Chids. Just hold that thought for a second, right? Speaking, you done that post today, right? Speaking of forehead, you had a picture of someone on there on the Whole Division podcast, a guest, right?
Oh, Sticky, don't try and come to the guest, because I'm not being funny. Your forehead outshines all.
No, but I saw her forehead and I was like, rah.
No, I'm looking at the screen right now, and all I can see is you. Your forehead, your teeth, and your locks. So don't.
Yeah, you got a big forehead, mate.
Big,
no.
5 heads.
Billy says it depends on the person. Isan and Kim says, "Tell him, Chiz, he's always trying to get out of things." I'm not sure they're talking about them. And DJ Loki is just laughing. Milan, Miss Millie Rock, coming to you.
Mills. Please cut in before you start, Mills. Please cut in.
What do men and women actually want in a relationship?
I mean, if I know how to kick him out, I would, but I don't know how to do that. So, boy, I'm not technical. Sticks, kick yourself out for me, thank you, man. What do men and women want in a relationship? I mean, I feel like, I don't know. Just like, not this. Not something decisive, that's what I don't want. But, just like basic things, like everyone's kind of said, like loyalty, trust, a best friend, someone that, especially with me, you see me, I'm so sarcastic that if you can't handle my sarcasticness, don't come in my house, don't step on my doormat, don't even press my buzzer, because I need to be able to have a laugh. Do you know what I mean? Like somebody who can actually make me belly laugh on the floor, like that's what I need. Do you know what I mean? And then honestly, like I said, all the normal stuff, loyalty, trust and all that, and just be open, have ambition, have the drive to get up and go, and space. Give me space. Don't just like Wednesday night playing pool with the boys, or I don't know what you men do. Go play FIFA, or I don't know, go to one of them like things in the woods where you're like, I don't know, running around as like hobbit men, and I mean go with
She said hobbit.
You know what I mean? Like, whatever you want to do, go and do you. And then we can do it together. And with friends as well, do you know what I mean? But don't just be sitting on my couch. Just
doing the most, doing nothing.
Do you know?
Let me ask you a question. Chiz, I'm coming to you, I'm coming to Milan, right? So I know Carly comes to you, but I'll come to Milan and Chiz first of all. So Milan and Chiz, right? So you're saying all these things. You want honesty, respect, loyalty, blah, 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 best friend, all this, whatever. All those things, right? So Milan, for you first of all those things, but he's dark skin like Wesley Pipes, yeah? Dark skin, brother, yeah?
Skin tone about.
He's got to try to throw Milan out. He's trying to throw Milan out.
The reason why I say that, because Milan, so you know, the reason I've said that, right, specifically, because Milan likes Chris Brown, and she likes the brown skin guy, so she likes Chris Brown, not Brown Chris, okay? So he's all those things, yeah, he's all those things, but he's dark skin. I mean, chocolate, midnight, yeah? Talk to me now.
I don't know why you did that. That's terrible.
Don't want to come to you next, Chiz. Don't worry. Don't want to come to you next.
I mean,
the woman was too stunned to speak.
Then then I've been single for like, how's my son? 7. So like 6 years. But bro, at this point, if you can make me laugh, if you can make me laugh and you can deal with my sarcastic shit, then you're a keeper. Like at this point,
Like I said, he's dark skinned though. Remember, he's dark skinned like Wesley Pipes. Dark skin, dark.
Make me laugh, and his teeth is white and not like yellow, because some of you people don't know how to brush your teeth. Then it's all good. Make me laugh and deal with my sarcasticness, and you've got a shot. Not a big shot, but you've got a shot.
And he's 5'7".
Why did you have to bring height
into this is what I'm saying. Sticky, you're taking a piss.
It's literally, I'm like 10, 5'11". Like, when I put heels on, I'm probably 6 foot, over 6 foot, and I like to wear heels. And then you want me to be walking them up. Like, I could just lean on rest my cup on my straw.
Carl, you see this, right? Carl, you see what I did there? You see, like, they listen.
Yeah, you're an arsehole. I see exactly what you did. You're an arsehole.
I want this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Cheers, I'm coming to you next, right? So all these things that you listed, I only want this, I only want that, blah, blah, blah. But he is 5 foot.
Oh no, you're taking a piss. Listen, I'm 5'3.5".
He's 5 foot.
Nah, do you know what? Fuck it. It is what it is, because you know what? Yeah.
Wait, I got one for Stick. Your girl is everything. I don't know, you didn't even say what you wanted because you were just chatting shit. But she's literally just had a baby who's like a month old. But everything you want. Her baby's a month old.
That's quite like kids. That's the easy one. That's minor.
Like,
That's minor. That was minor. I like kids. It's all good.
Look at him trying to say.
That's minor. I like kids, Peely85 says Wesley Pipes, for those of you know about Wesley Pipes, innit?
Yeah, I like kids.
It's minor.
But up a whole octave. Yeah, I like kids.
I like kids. It's minor. I like kids.
Let me ask you guys something.
Yeah.
So if you met your perfect person, like everything was perfect, but the sex was shit, would you stay with them?
Wait, no, I'm coming to that. Don't worry. S, I'm coming to that one. Don't worry. I'm coming for that one as well.
No, I'm answering S. I'm not answering you. S, I would, because I could teach him shit. Do you get me? You can teach that shit. It's fine.
They're open to want to learn.
If they're open to learn, then you can. I'll give him. Can it be like like Netflix? Remember when Netflix used to do a little month trial? Can we do that little 4-week trial just to see if he fucks up? Then I can just tap him. But actually thinking about it, I don't know. That's effort, though, isn't it? Yeah, actually, that's effort. But if he's open, then yeah, but it is effort. But if he's open, though,
gotta be open to try.
Hold on, wait. Let me read some messages. I need to come to car. We've got 5 minutes left. DJ Loki says, love dark skin men. I told you guys to give me the hey big head messages because you love the dark skin guy, the chocolate guy. The darker the better. Isa and Kim says, love the dark skin. DJ Loki also says 5 foot.
We know East London Kim loves
we do. Hello,
5'7" by in our work. Isan Kim says, I married a 5'3" guy height man, means nothing as when you lay down, you're the same height. Oh, Jesus.
Kevin Hart said that to me.
Oh, Jesus. That's a whole, come this for a whole another day. DJ Loki says S star. Oh, S star, right. S another star, right? There we go. You had to go there. That's okay, but for women over 6, it's a problem, in my opinion. Carl, we've got less than 5 minutes to go. What's your views? What do men and women want in a relationship?
Easy. For me, I need a cheeky idiot who can be themselves and themselves around my friends, who doesn't pretend to be someone different. And I don't want a fucking relationship splashed all over social media going, oh, my man bought me this.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Do one. Ain't bothered. Not for me.
Carl,
I just want some normal people. Let's get married, Chiz. Let's go have twins. Right. I don't want that I'm going to walk away from.
So that's what a yes or a no, right? Going back to S's question. If it was bad in certain areas, that's why yes or no. Don't even lie to me. I don't want you to think about it or nothing.
Provided.
Hold on, wait. I'm going to go around. Hold on, Carl.
You just asked a question.
I ain't asking you yet. I'm coming to you in a second. Don't worry. I ain't forgotten. You said the best will last. Save the best for last.
He may be co-hosted. He's going off now.
Save the best for last. Mills, coming to you first of all. Yes or no? You staying or not staying? Next. S, coming to you. You staying or not staying? Chids, you staying or not staying?
I feel like, no, it's a no from me. I can't. So no, I can't.
What if he allowed you an open relationship?
Oh,
No,
that's
Carl,
fucking never
are you
topic,
staying
man.
or not staying?
I don't know.
Are you staying or not staying, Carl?
I can't have crap sex, no.
Yeah, so let me get this straight. All of you listen to all these things. I want this, I only want that. I only
Wait,
want
so
that,
hang
I
on.
only want that.
No, I see what you did there.
Nuh-uh. Oi, arsehole. You can't tell me for 1 minute you're going to be with one person for the rest of your life and there's shit sex. Don't even bother. Don't even bother.
Come on.
Oh, no, shut up, because you're not going to stay with somebody. Shut up, Six, because you're lying. You're not going to stay with somebody who's crap yet.
Liar.
And say, oh, you can use your 10 thing, whatever, and all that, watch Pornhub, and then you sexy, you found last week. Don't try and say that that's what you're going to do. He's a liar. Guys, I'm doing
Imagine,
that thing.
and that's it.
He's a liar.
Imagine you're with a girl who, after like push, she's like, melted, and you're now like, oh, then what?
Still got
Then
hard on.
you're telling me time for the next 60 years of your life, you're gonna go and bash like one out in the bathroom. Don't lie, Sticky. Either you're gonna stay with her and you're gonna cheat, or you're gonna leave her. So don't lie, Sticky. You're lying.
Yeah. There's only so much porn you can do.
Wait.
You need that.
Hold
You
on.
need
You're
sexual
saying,
chemistry.
wait, let me get this straight, right? You're saying, yeah, that if as soon as we start, she's like, oh my God, or melted. I'm looking at like King Kong then, I'm like, rah, me that. You get me? I'm telling everyone that I know. I'm
What
like,
if she
guess what,
was
fam?
dry as fuck? And
Hmm?
you couldn't get it in there. What if she was just dry as fuck and just couldn't
That's what
get
boots
it
are for, innit? We've got boots, right? Boots is, they got all the stuff in
He's
boots,
a
innit?
liar. Why you always lying? You're a liar.
I feel like Sticker's name should be Jeff.
It should be Jack. Let's call him Jack.
Jeff.
Yeah, you know
DJ, we've only got a
Let's
few minutes
just call
left.
him Boris.
Oh, Jesus,
Boris.
oh no. DJ
Fumbling
H
boy.
Baby says the confused ego mind has everyone twisted. As all that glitters ain't gold, very true. DJ Loki says there's shit sex and small equipment. That's double pain. Oh wow. Isan Kim says sex is not the be and end all, but we need to have a good time.
Correct.
DJ Emperor says Ross Clark is Carl in England. Yes, he is in England.
I
Can you
am.
believe it?
I'm in Australia.
He's not in Australia, he's in England. DJ Loki says, I think it depends on your sex drive and sexual needs. Oof, way.
Don't get me wrong, we've all had chick sex, yeah. Well, like, do you know what I mean? We've all had.
And then gone, never again.
But if it's with your partner or whatever, if it's just like one time it happens to be shit or whatever, you're like, okay, fine, we can work on it. But imagine now one time that you had shit sex. Imagine that for the rest of your life in your relationship. You're not going to do this thing, so don't touch it.
But bearing in mind, right, I wasn't the one. Bearing in mind, it was you guys who were listening to all these things that I only want this, that, and the other. I only want, this, I only want this, I only want that. It's pure lies.
And I wasn't even thinking about sex at that moment, because I was looking at you when I was saying all those things. You know what I mean? But now you mention it, yes, I want a good fuck every week, maybe. I don't know, whatever.
Oh,
Again,
a good few times a week at least.
Once a day. Yeah, at least once
Yeah.
a day. Come on now.
well, I didn't want to sound greedy, but maybe twice.
Speaking of sex, Love Island's on.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna wrap it up. Isan and Kim says boots are made for walking. Yeah, boots are made for walking, not for going to get sexual toys and what have you, lubrication.
That's right.
DJ H
Right.
Baby says there's things such as foreplay and oral. Find a way. Mature conversations need to take place. Hoi, hoi. And on that note, thank you all for joining in. It's been a very fun episode. Thank you to our guests from Iron Pillow Talks podcast, Miss S.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Thanks
You're
for
welcome
having me.
anytime. We're going to replace you with Sticky's gone. Then
Yeah, no. Let me say it again. She ain't coming back here again because she was like, no, Sticky, don't come to me first. No, I don't want to go there. No. And then she come with all the South London talked about putting man in a headlock and all that. So, yeah.
I just needed a bit of time to warm up. I take long to. I'm just like to warm up. You get it?
Wait, hang on.
Warm up quickly.
This
Wanna
is-
get it straight away.
This is why we need to go to Boots. You hear what she just said there? You hear what she just said? Anyway.
Oh.
Don't forget, we are back next week at 9 o'clock. And don't forget also, as I said, check out the Iron Pillow Talks podcast. They are on every single Monday from 8 p.m. Although I've not been invited yet, but we got a pagan in our team called
And
Chidi.
YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, and YouTube. Sorry, forgive me. Oh, Jesus. Forgot YouTube as well. We've got a pagan on our team called Chili. He was actually on the podcast last week.
I don't care. Yes, I don't care.
And she's coming back.
I'm coming back. I'm going backstage because you know what? I get treated better on the other side. The grass is greener, okay? Yes, I went on another podcast. And yes, I loved it. And I'm going to do it again. And again. And again.
Fair enough. So yes, every single Monday at 8 o'clock. So yeah, YouTube and Instagram are right. So that's I Am Pillow Talks podcast. And don't forget, we're back next week, Wednesday as well from 9 o'clock. I know we said 10 o'clock this week because of, what's it called? Shitty Love Island, whether it's called, but no, we're back at 9 o'clock, all right? And yeah, so until then, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you all next week. Take care and bye-bye.
Bye.
Ah.